So today we're going to cover the calculator portion of technically 5-3's homework. So we're going to go to the last two slides of section 5-4's notes. Okay, so in order to find the indicated trig functions, you first need to check to make sure that your calculator is in degrees. And the way that you can confirm that is by doing the tangent of 45, and you should get 1 once you hit enter. If you are getting 1.6 something, then that tells you that you're still in radians. The next thing we're going to do is notice on your calculator, there are no buttons on the calculator for the reciprocal functions. So there's no button for cosecant, there's no button for secant, and there's no button for cotangent. This is where we're going to use our reciprocal identities, and we're going to use the sine, cosine, and tangent buttons. So what we need to do is know that the reciprocal of secant is cosine. So we would do 1 over, and this is what's going to be on the reference sheet. So know that secant is equal to 1 divided by cosine theta. And this 31.67 degrees, that's my theta. So in order to do this, we're going to go ahead and you can either enter it as a fraction on your calculator or just do 1 divided by, but you're going to do 1 divided by cosine of 31.67, hit enter, and round your answer to 3 decimal places. You should have gotten 1.175. That is rounded to 3 places. Now, so you can either enter it as a fraction or just do 1 divided by cosine 31.67 and then hit enter. So again, we're going to convert this decimal that's in degrees, minutes, seconds. We need to do 131 plus 45 over 60 plus 25 over 3,600. We're going to round to 3 decimal places. So this is going to give me 131.757. The reciprocal to cosecant is sine. So we're going to do 1 over sine 131.757. Then hit enter, and you should be getting 1.341. What? No. All you need to know is when you do it on your calculator, and you're going to see it coming up on the next slide. Like, for example, if I ask you to do the sine of, or I ask you to find theta, and I tell you sine equals 5, and you should know that when you do that on your calculator, you're going to get error. Because it can't be a whole number 5. It's got to be a fraction. That's what I just wanted to show you there. To give you the confidence when you get error that you didn't do anything wrong. Everybody good? All right, so let's try cotangent. What's the reciprocal of cotangent? Tangent. So all we're going to do is 1 divided by tangent 81.8. Hit enter, and you should be getting 0.144. Let's do the sine of 316.5 degrees. So no inverse here. There is a button that has sine on it. Once you do this, you should be getting negative 0.688. Let's do another one with just minutes, or degrees and minutes. Let's do reciprocal, secant 142 degrees and 15 minutes. You need to know that the reciprocal of secant is cosine. So remember, you're going to do 142 plus 15 divided by 60, And this is going to give you 142.25. So we're going to do 1 divided by, or enter it as a fraction, 142.25. And then equals negative 1.265. Let's do tangent of negative 37 degrees. Same thing, but now it's just tangent. So hit the tangent button. Remember, for the negative sign, you're using the button down there next to the decimal point. And this should give you negative 0.754. I highly recommend you practice with your calculator so you know how to push the buttons when you go to take this test next week. This is a screenshot from 5-3's notes. If you remember back when we talked about these solution intervals, this is going to give us the confidence that we need that when we do a problem on our calculator, and if you happen to get error, you can understand why you're getting error and that you did push the buttons correctly. So remember, when you're doing sine and cosine, remember that value needs to be between a number between -1 and +1. And then when you're doing the reciprocals, cosecant and secant, that's going to be a number less than or equal to -1 or greater than or equal to 1. And then tangent's any number. So on the previous slide, when we just did secant and cosecant, and the answer we got for secant was 1.175, that's in that range. And then when we do cosecant and we got 1.341, again, it fits into this range. So let me go back to the slide and let's go ahead and try another problem. Okay, so for this, let's go ahead and set up our quadrants here. So remember, quadrant 1, this is where our reference angle is going to be located. To find the measure of the angle, or theta, in quadrant 2, we're going to take 180 and we're going to subtract the reference angle we get from our calculator. And then in quadrant 3, we're going to do 180 plus the reference angle. And then in quadrant 4, this is going to be 360 minus the reference angle from quadrant 1. We're also going to be using our all students take calculus because we're going to find 2 angle measures for each question. Unless it's got a plus minus, then we'll look for an angle measure from all 4. So let's try the first one. Now, also notice the restriction here. I'm only looking for angles between 0 and 360. And notice the bracket around 0. So 0 can be an answer. However, 360 cannot be. That's the stopping point. So I don't want any angles that are negative or any angles that are greater than 360 or 360. So let's try the first one. Now, this is where we're going to use the inverse, the -1. So whenever you look for an angle measure, we're going to hit the second key, then the sign button in this particular problem, which then opens up sign on your calculator to the -1, which indicates it's an inverse, then put the decimal, then hit enter. So then you hit enter, and then what we should be getting is 42.420, rounded to 3 places. Everybody good? Now, this is my reference angle. This is the angle measure from quadrant number 1. Remember, all the angles in quadrant 1 are from 0 to 89. Or 89 point something. It's greater than 0, but less than 90. Now, this is where my all students take calculus comes into play. Notice over here in the original problem, This is a positive number. So I'm looking to see where sine is positive. Sine is going to be positive in quadrant 1 and in quadrant number 2. So I already have one of my answers. The reference angle is one of my answers. Remember, to get the angle in quadrant 2, it's 180 minus that reference angle. So 180 minus 42.420. Once you do this subtraction, the other answer is 137.580. So my two angle measures that will give me that answer, my two thetas, are going to be 42.420 degrees and 137.580. Those are going to be the two answers, or the two angle measures, where sine is positive and it's coming from quadrants 1 and 2. Everybody good? For the next one, again, we're looking for an angle. So we're going to do second, the tangent button, which opens up tangent -1. Put that decimal, hit enter. Once you hit enter, you should be getting 55.408, rounded to 3 places. Remember, this is the angle, your reference angle, from quadrant number 1. So if I come over here, this is 55.408. I'm looking to see where tangent is going to be positive. All students take calculus. Tangent is going to be positive in quadrant 1 and in quadrant 3. So I already have one of my answers. To get the other one, we're going to do 180 plus 55.408. Once I do that math, I get 235.408. So my two answers to number 11 are going to be the 55.408 and the 235.408. On number 12, let me come down here to the bottom. So for number 12, the problem is cotangent of theta is equal to 1.27893. Now remember, we do not have a cotangent button, so what we have to do is inverse. So we're going to hit second tangent. That'll open up tangent -1. And then in the parentheses, either enter it as a fraction or a decimal. The 1 divided by 1.27893. Hit enter. The decimal you should be getting is 38.022. This is the reference angle from quadrant number 1. We're trying to find where cotangent and tangent are positive. So remember, all students take calculus. Tangent and cotangent are positive in quadrants 1 and 2. So for 1, we already have the answer. So our first answer is that 38.22. But for quadrant 3, it's 180 plus the 38.022. Once we do that, the second answer is 218.022 degrees. So the two answers that will give us that decimal of 1.27893 for cotangent are going to be the 38.022 degrees and the 218.022 degrees. Now, if this were negative, and that's what we're going to see on the next one, it's going to come from quadrants 2 and 4. So when this number is negative, we're going to enter it into the calculator as positive. Because if you enter this like this, tangent -1, 1 divided by -1.27. Everybody try it. What do you get? Is Has anybody tried it?
Error.
No, you don't get error. We're going to get an angle, a negative angle in this case. It's going to not be our reference angle. When I do this in my calculator, you're going to get negative 38.022. Which quadrant is negative 38 in?
That's a quadrant 1.
Nope.
That means
It's in 4 because you're going clockwise. This is not the reference angle. So in order to get the reference angle, if this number is negative, you're going to enter it in as positive to get the reference angle, and then you're going to use it to find where cotangent is negative. So we would enter it, which we already did. So I already did this. And my reference angle is the 38.22. That's my reference angle, but I need to find where tangent and cotangent are negative. All students take calculus, and the two quadrants where tangent is negative are going to be 2 and 4. So remember, to get the angle measure, once you have the reference angle, you're going to do 180 minus the 38.22. And once we do that calculation, the first answer is 141.978. And then over here will be 360 minus the 38.22. And you get 321.978. When you do these calculations of 180 minus reference angle, 180 plus, and 360 minus the reference angle, it must be the angle from quadrant 1. If you would have used the negative 38.022, that is not the reference angle, because that is not an angle from quadrant 1. So in order to get the correct reference angle, if the problem has a negative sign there, you're going to enter it in as positive, which will then give you the correct reference angle. Let's say I ask you to do this problem. Sine of theta is equal to 1.234. Everybody try it. Tell me what you get. So what you're doing here, remember, you're looking for theta. So second sine button, 1.234. You should get error. So this means no solution. There is no value of theta, no angle measure, that will ever give you that answer. This is not possible. Whenever you're looking for theta or any angle measure, it might be an x, whenever you're looking for the angle measure, you're always doing the inverse. So you have to hit the second key, and then it'll open up sine -1, which indicates it's an inverse.